Hello Virgo and Virgo rising. This is KK, Kimberly Knox, your astrologer. We're going to be talking about what's going on for April all the way into May. Big cycles are shifting. We've got this new moon that just happened on April the 7th. The sun is making very powerful connections. Your ruler is going retrograde. Well, it's not the only planet that's going retrograde. We have Mars going retrograde as well, and Pluto going retrograde. You've got Jupiter also. It's been retrograde already. It's going to be going direct. I believe it's going direct on May the 9th. Station to go direct. Yes. So, that's fabulous. News, you've been protected. Virgo. Okay, Jupiter expands anything sign that it gets into. So whatever's been going on with you, it's going to be expanded, good or bad. But it's been in a nice happy trine with Pluto. So let's sort out what's going on here. Some of the big planets don't move obviously every single month. Only Venus moves 1 degree a day. Mars moves about 2.5 degrees. 2.5 days it moves 1 degree. And we've got the sun and the moon making new statements every month in some area of your life where you can build new intentions and watch them come to fruition and work with this whole universal intention kind of energy, the magic that exists out there. And Mars is a planet that helps us to go get what we want, and that's also going retrograde. So there's some statements about power, how we use power, finances, because we're going to be bringing Mars back into Scorpio, and we have just big issues with Pluto as well. So let's get on with this. We've got your ruler, Mercury, going into its shadow on April the 14th. That's this Thursday. So it goes into a shadow. The shadow means it gets back to the point where it's later going to go direct. It's going to go retrograde from 24 degrees to 14 degrees. So on the 14th, it's going to be at 14 degrees of Taurus. And so let's go through all these dates. On April the 12th, it's going to be sextile to Neptune. Where do you have Neptune right now? You have Neptune in Pisces, and that is your opposite sign. So your relationships may be a bit interesting and vague. Virgo, you might be attracting Pisces people. All right, so Neptune's been in its own sign, giving you inspiration, attracting more spiritual people to you, being in partnership with. Watch out for partners though. So the thing with Neptune is the bad thing about Neptune is being duped. It's about not seeing. The rose-colored glasses don't allow you to see the truth behind the serum here. So that's the big thing. Be really mindful of that. Also being attracted to people that are addicted in some way, because Neptune can go down that road. But what I love is that you're starting over. So we've had Saturn down here in the 4th house. When Saturn goes into your 4th house, it's a total restructuring of what you're doing. So the next 15 years you're on an upward cycle. So that sounds exciting, right? So no matter what age you are, you're on an upward swing right now. You're building a lot of new things in your life. That can be scary because you have to start over. Saturn in the 4th house can give you some issues around the home that are restrictive but it's also stable. It's a source where you can actually learn new things, because Saturn wants us to, in Sagittarius, it wants us to look to the future and to open our minds to new things, to new philosophies, new people, and and that's happening. So the new moon that we just had happened in your 8th house. 8th house has to do with joint funds, marital funds, partnership funds, the debt that you own. It's time to get that all under order here. And this is where you find out who you are. The Aries house is where you find out who you are. So perhaps, you're an earth sign and you're very practical. Your investments that you make, the homes that you purchase, your mortgage, your mergers with other people, and that, you're of service. You're a person that you are here to give of yourself and be of service. You are a workaholic at times, but you've got your stuff together, organized, and you really help out. Pisces people need you, and Neptune people need you, because you're organizing, got things together, and that's fantastic. All right, so Venus has been in your 8th house as well. So that can be bringing beauty to your closest relationships. You know, have some nice times with your sweetheart. Next week, we've got Venus doing some nice things. Actually, tomorrow Venus is trining Mars, and that's a very powerful. But Venus is going to be squaring Pluto on the 19th. So actually right there, that's a nice time for you to do something, because we've got Pluto in the 5th house. Pluto in the 5th house has been transforming everything related with your creative genius. Well, it's also your children. It's also how you give love. And so if you're building something and you need the funding to go get it, perhaps this is the time that helps, because the 8th house is people that help you out monetary wise. And that's really great. So Uranus and Pluto are still holding this square. They've been in and out of a square since June 2012, helping us really move forward and move ahead in new ways and close the door on the past and move forward. So the exciting thing though is that your ruler is getting really pushed forward to be powerful and to use this power to help us put together a working plan. And there's nothing more that a Virgo likes than to be efficient and effective and to get on with getting things together and sorted out. So you're going to be able to do that. April the 14th, it's going to be trining Jupiter. So Mercury up in your, where's Mercury? Mercury has just got into your 9th house. So you're thinking about people at a distance, traveling, all of the work that you can be doing, the new lessons that you can be taking, any new courses, things that you're learning. Virgos like to learn. You're very diligent. Maybe you're learning some new skills. So Mercury is going to be trining Jupiter. This is earth signs coming to the forefront here and bringing some stability. And trining Pluto then is on the 17th is a really great time to bring some power to the mindset, bring some power to you, because your ruler is not considered masculine or feminine, really. It picks up the energy of the signs that it touches. That allows Mercury to kind of filter around and get information very well, and that's what it does. So it rules both Gemini and Virgo, but Virgo's mindset is much more filtered and detailed, and you can sort out a person's conversation and organize it in no time. So that's brilliant. So you may be having some power. April 28th, your ruler Mercury goes retrograde. On May the 9th, the Sun and Mercury come together. So you're going to have some aha moment that allows you to make some decisions. We're still be gathering information all the way to May 22nd, but we have this aha moment, and that's what during the middle of a retrograde that it happens. When Mercury is in Taurus going retrograde, it's really about our resources that we're sorting out and looking at. So it may have to do more with money and things that we have to get under control. So going forward with just now what Mercury's doing, May the 12th, Mercury's trining Pluto again, second time, and then a third time Mercury's going to trine Pluto on the 30th. So jot those days down, because if you need to, have something together, you'll have some organization. And of course, we said it goes direct on the 22nd, and that's right. It's the day after the. It's the day after the full moon, and it's the same day. It's the same day that Sun and Mars are in opposition, full phase. All right, I'm bringing up Mars now. Mars is going retrograde, and where is Mars in your chart? Mars is down here in your 4th house. So arguments around the home, energy around the home. You're moving, doing things in the home. Don't get into arguments. The day that Mars stations, April the 17th, it can bring out that tendency to want to lash out because things are being released. And then you're having to go below the surface and understand that you can't push with anger. It's not about aggression and taking action with the sword. It's about figuring it out and going within. And if you watch my other video, the symbol for this full moon had to do with the half moon shield. So that's offense and defense. That's balance in your aggression. Okay, so the full moon is down here in your third house. The full moon in your third house, and the third house has to do with communication, lecturing, talking, having the ability to be out in your neighborhood, doing things with neighbors, traveling around your car, getting a new car, whatever seed you planted last fall in Scorpio. If you were working on something, you're going to see the fruition, the fruit of it now. It's bearing fruit at this point. Saturn went through that area for 2.5 years, regrouping. You were asked to pay attention to third house stuff. Well, maybe you joined a writing group, maybe you were writing, maybe you were giving lectures, maybe you joined the Toastmasters, but you have the ability to gain some power because Pluto's there. You're powerful in this area to make a difference. Full moon is happening there, so look around the full moon for things to happen in that area of your life. Venus is also going below the horizon. What does Venus rule for you? What areas does it rule for you? It rules your ninth house, Taurus, and it rules your second house of money. So, so your second house of money. So that's why, like, you know, self-esteem is really related to the money we attract for you. It's important. Relationships important for you there. When Venus goes below the horizon, we're taking a deeper look at what we want and we value. We may be working, it's called, I like to call it incubation. That's what we kind of came up with. And on June the 6th, it meets with the sun and we get supercharged with something that we have to bring out. Well, we don't see it again until July 24th, I believe it was, that it comes above the horizon and we're actually able to see it in the sky. And during that time, that's when we push forward, and Venus is in a much more mature place because it did all that incubation time, and it comes out and it's in Leo. Well, that's fantastic because then it's going to be going into your sign after that, Venus. So you have a lot to look forward to in that regard. So those are the big things that's happening, Virgo, for you. The next new moon is going to be in your ninth house. So you may be traveling during the time of May for that lunation. You may be taking a new course because when Mercury goes retrograde, it's saying, I want to take a new course in something. So you have the ability to do that in May because you're going to get ready when it goes then, when the new moon happens at the beginning of June, and the Sun and Venus give you that information that you're taking something in your career in a new way and you're being seen in the world in a new way. And that's brilliant. So you have a lot to look forward to, Virgo. Have a fabulous month. Subscribe. I'm grateful for all of my subscribers to my YouTube channel, and you'll get notice of when new videos come out. And leave me any comments. I'm happy to answer those. Share the video with anyone that you like. I appreciate that. And reach out to me on Instagram for daily in the flow messages. That's Kimberly Knox, and you can just get the inspiration, or you can read a little deeper and see what's happening during the day. Have a fabulous month, Virgo and Virgo rising.